Good evening and welcome to everybody. Thank you for watching Marcus Made in America on the We the People Podcast Network. We've got a great show lined up for you this evening, and I hope you enjoy. So, here we go. I think we're rating this NR17 because sometimes there's some profanity. Occasionally there's a nip slip. Oh no, there's never been a nip slip. Austin, have we ever had a nip slip?
No, I see you always trying to pull your nipple out, and usually I just cut the camera at that point.
Jiminy Crackers. It's such an appealing one too. This guy here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if the audience is ready.
I think that's for a separate show completely. So, what is going on, America? Well, let's start off by talking about, America. I think we all love America. I mean, maybe not all of us, but most people that live in America have some sort of affinity for America. Do you know that 90% of people in America don't have a passport? And it's not because they can't get one either. It's because they don't see the need to travel outside of the country. I think that that's a very, very, very big and notable thing that should be written all over the place. Most Americans don't feel the need to leave the country because they know that the country itself is so diverse and they feel so comfortable here that they don't need to travel the world. And I think that's awesome. And I'm so glad that that's the case. Okay. But here's the deal when it comes to that. With America being so awesome and with so few people traveling abroad, it's easy to lose sight of what's going on all across the world. And all across the world, we've been having all types of issues. We've got overthrows in Guinea. We've got, which is in Africa, if you don't know where that is. We've got upheaval in Belarus, which is in Europe, right by Russia. We've got you got all of South America, right? Ecuador is switching to Bitcoin. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so Bitcoin's going to be the currency there. Then we've got Venezuela doing whatever they're doing down there, starving people and all of that. Yeah, communism didn't work out so well. And now they've got a divided government. But yeah, lots of stuff going on down there and other parts of the world. But the world's really kind of gone crazy, famine, water flooding everywhere in different parts of the world and across the country. I mean, we've been going through a lot worldwide, but in America, on the news, you'd barely be able to see anything else happening. Only in America do we cover only America, which is kind of awesome because, I mean, hell, 90% of people don't see the need to go outside of the country. I think, again, that's awesome. Hey, Mike the man. All right. I see you out there. Thank you for tuning in tonight. So that's really, really interesting. I think that more people in America need to understand that there is a wider world outside of what is just America. I know with what's going on with the being able to travel and not being able to travel if you're not vaccinated, right? That's what we're doing now. It's just insane. It's insane. So even more people now than ever aren't able to travel because of lockdowns and restrictions all over the country and all over the world, really. So let's touch on that. What is going on in the rest of the world with those vaccines and mandates and stuff like that? Well, Sri Lanka's falling to pieces. Their whole economy is topsy-turvy. The IMF downgraded them and they can't get any more money. And people are basically selling sugar on the black market. Like, it's not funny. None of this stuff is funny. Like, we really have to be paying attention to what else is going on in the world. Then we go to Australia. Well, there's a crazy, serious crackdown in Australia on all of the people who are trying to protest for their liberties and freedoms. But we don't see it on the news at all. France, they're over there tearing stuff up. okay, going crazy and going in because they mandated that you have to have a vaccine passport wherever you go for any entrance into anything. And that's nothing like any type of a society that's supposed to be a westernized or democratic. Showing a status on a digital ID to get entrance into places, all places, public places, regular places, um, grocery stores, stuff like that, cafes. That's it's unimaginable. But this is what we're faced with. This is what we're being faced with across the world. And across the world, they are standing up. In England, they're standing up. In Italy, they're standing up. In America, well, some of us are standing up, but I know a lot of you out there aren't. And I really would appreciate it if you did stand up. Stand up for your freedoms. Stand up for your liberties. Stand up for your rights. Stand up, speak up, and definitely don't shut up, okay? We need to be speaking up right now more than ever. So this is my message to you for the night, for the episode, for everything. If you value your rights and your freedoms while we still have them available to us, please stand up. Write your council people, write your town board, write your state senators, write your local senators, write your, I don't know what type of government you have wherever you live, write your town council, your town president. I don't care. Whoever is in charge, if you vote for these people, you need to be making sure you write them letters. In New York State, we have an assembly. So write your assemblyman. Hell, write all of the assemblymen. Say no to vaccine passports. That's my message, especially vaccinated individuals. I'm really going to need the vaccinated individuals to stand up. Vaccinated individuals, where you at? Didn't you just listen to them about all this masking? Didn't you just listen to them about taking a shot? Oh, wait. No, it was 2 shots, right? And now they want a 3rd shot? But they want to track you everywhere you go. But you've been listening. You've been doing everything that they tell you. So why are you giving up your privacy to them? Why? You've been listening, but they're taking your privacy away too. You have to look at it for what it is. It's a massive grab for government overreach, and it's destroying your privacy. And people will say, oh, well, we don't have any privacy because of the phones or whatever the case is. I saw how ravenous people acted when Edward Snowden brought out the information that the NSA was spying on us all the time. We already knew that. There had been 100 different movies on it. Echelon, Eagle Eye, and 50 million other ones. I liked Echelon. That was pretty good. Eagle Eye was pretty good too. You ever seen either of those, Austin?
I think I did see Eagle Eye. Was that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so supercomputers that can watch everything everywhere or find you anywhere. Even like Batman, you know this. You're a pop culture guy. What's the machine called in Batman? Oracle, right?
Yeah, well, Oracle is the person who operates all those computers. I think it's just the Bat computer.
No, not that one. The one that they made in the reboot with Christian Bale.
Oh.
They brought it over.
Did they actually name it something?
I'm pretty sure it's Oracle. They brought it over.
Okay, could be
into the DC universe now. So it popped up in Teen Titans the other day.
Oh, okay.
So
is it the show or the comics?
The show.
With the one on HBO?
The one on HBO, which is very good. I'm not supporting HBO or the show. I just like DC on the side. I'm letting you guys know DC over Marvel, hands down. Okay, I'm not throwing signs at anybody, but DC. No, I'm just saying. Anyway, clearly I picked a side there.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, man, but when it comes to picking sides, for real, vaccinated people, we are the people, right? Like unvaccinated people, we are the people, right? Like together, we are the people. What is it? I think it's We the People, right, Austin?
Oh yeah, We the People. Podcast network.
Yes, the podcast network. Yeah. E pluribus unum.
From many one.
Exactly. From many one. Okay. So if we're all supposed to be one, I don't want them all up in my privacy, honestly. I hope you don't want them all up in your privacy because what they're doing is tracking you everywhere. Now, I talked about this before on other episodes and stuff like this. So you're like, well, why is it different now? Why are you bringing this up? Well, the other week, Congress is talking about putting together a international vaccine passport. Like I'm just not even able to even understand an international vaccine passport. Wait, so you mean that my information isn't just in the hands of the United States state and federal government, it's also in the hands of foreign governments? Now, wait, can we go back to this data being held by the state or by the federal government or even by a third party if it were to be? How many credit card companies have been hacked and lost tens of thousands of people's records? How many phone companies? They hacked the pipeline and shut down the oil in the United States of America in half the country because they hacked it and stole the information. They hacked JBS Meat. They killed off a third of the American beef supply, a third of the beef supply of the world, actually. So, hacks. They've hacked all types of medical institutions, shutting them down, and they've had to pay ransom because they've put in ransomware and stuff like that. You pay us to get your files back. Well, really, what this is really is a massive international espionage campaign for the most part to steal your data so that they can data mine you. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand the concepts of metadata and data mining and stuff like that, but it's real simple. The more data anyone or anything has on you, the more likely they are to be able to predict your movements, to predict your behavior, to predict where you'll go, who you'll see, what you'll do, and all of that. Now, with that level of information, they could legitimately basically be the hand of God. They could create a situation where they want you to go left down the street, but they know what you do. They know what impacts you. They know today you might not tie your left shoe so tight. So, and I know it sounds crazy, but these are points of data that they can gather. Like, I mean, the more data you have, the more dangerous these type of things become. And with the idea and the concept that all of the data, and this is a real thing, you can go look this up. They came out in the news the other day. Every single American's data has been stolen by China. Come on now. Every single American's data has been stolen by China. Can you believe that? That means they've got information on you, on everybody else. So that's something that we really need to understand, that if the government is not able to hold our data and protect it now, why would we possibly give them more of our very, very crucial and important data? Okay, especially that much data. So much data that they could manufacture life events for us. Like, this is very highly dangerous, and I need people to wake up, especially vaccinated individuals. They are gaming you the hardest out of anyone in the country. Well, next to black people. But they're really gaming you. You got to wake up. This is about your privacies. This is about your liberties. This is about your freedom. And anybody that tells you that it's not about your freedom or liberties is blind, doesn't care, or is willfully misleading you. So you need to be up and be paying attention. All right, let's see. We got some people writing some stuff. Oh, yes. Yeah, it is definitely we the people. Hey, Eric, how's it going out there? We've got some serious issues as a nation right now. I love my country. I love America. Look at my shirt. If you're watching the video, American, proud American. Okay, look at that. That's how I am. I'm a proud American. Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you. And if you're just listening to the audio, let me describe this to you. It's an eagle grasping a shield, and it has a wreath of what do you call those? That plant? I forget. Anyway,
I used to know.
It's a really cool shirt with an eagle grasping a shield that represents America with the American flag behind it. It's dope. Which you'll be able to purchase yourself soon. Okay, coming soon. Stay tuned. Anyway, let me take this time to let you guys know that we are actively now allowing people to sponsor shows and to take on airtime. So if you have a business that you'd like to hear advertised, drop us a line, shoot us a message. I'd love to put you on the air, as long as it's nothing absolutely completely crazy, something wilder than I can even think of, because I can think of a lot of things. So, but no, for real. Like, unless it's like something completely obscene, we'll advertise you. Unless it's like maybe something like, I don't know. I don't know. So, preferably somebody that has the same type of values as we espouse on this network. Okay. And not a Chinese corporation. Okay. However, if you are Chinese living abroad and you support the national Chinese, then yes, maybe talk to us, or independent China free from the CCP. But that being said, talking about the CCP, so China's been having lots of issues over there with their control and power structure. So lately they've been cracking down on all types of people. So you see, if you know who Jack Ma is, he's was, I don't know what his situation is now. They probably stripped him of almost all of his money. If you know who Jack Ma is, he owned Alibaba. So Alibaba is this big, very large distribution company that ships stuff all over the world for very fair rates, and they enable you to be able to make your own stuff or buy manufacturing equipment from like 50 million miles away. Okay, China's not that far away, but you get the idea. The other side of the world. It's very successful. He's also what else is he president of, Austin? The Ant Group, and he does a couple other things too, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything specific off the top of my head, but
he
I know
does
what
a
you're talking
lot.
about.
But he's really super rich, and he said last year, I think it was now, he said that and he said this on TV, so he lost his rabbit ass mind. He should have known this was going to get him some blowback. But he said that the Chinese Communist Party is smothering the economy, and if it would only release the reins a little bit, it would be able to grow by leaps and bounds. Now, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but that was about what he said. And do you know that they clamped down on this guy harder than a nipple clamp on Cuomo? Okay. So it is real serious. Okay. Real serious. Wow. He just basically disappeared for almost 8 months. He was gone. Okay. Austin,
Yeah.
one of the richest men in the world just disappeared from 8 months. Like, we don't know where he is.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, well, that's the Chinese government, though. He probably had to be, re-educated, put in one of those Uyghur camps or something, just
talking about that right now. They're beefing with so boom. So in northern China, where the Uyghur Muslims are, or Uyghur, or however you pronounce their name, no offense, I just am not sure because I don't speak that language. Well, basically they're torturing them, forced hysterectomies, continuous rape, brainwashing, terrible, horrible tortures beyond your greatest fathoming. Okay. And it's real bad. They do some real terrible stuff to them, aside from just the slave labor and the organ harvesting. This is China. So this is the Communist Party, but they'll tell you that in America, we should go and we should be more communist and more socialist. Man, if you don't take that and shove it up your left nostril, okay? America is for Americans. America is for patriots. America is not for socialists. It is not for communists. It is not for Marxists. It's not for Leninists or any of the other people underneath the umbrella of that type of a garb. We're not for it. We don't stand for that. We stand for independence, freedom, and really the Bill of Rights. Come on now. Can we talk about the Bill of Rights? Okay. Because I think we really do. And we don't talk about our Constitution in the schools like that. We talk about it like it's a thing. It's a thing, like that camera, or that painting. We don't teach about what it contains. Like, it's like, what do you call it? It's like teaching a book without having somebody open it. Oh, is that like Catholicism?
But coming in with the hot takes.
Listen, I can make those jokes as a Reformed Catholic. Okay. Anyway, I love all the pomp and circumstance. Don't get it twisted. I still go to mass sometimes. I love the rituals and stuff. I'm real big on that. So don't judge me.
Oh, hey, oh no, I wouldn't judge you
Like,
out loud. It's
you're
fine.
like, that sounds like a cult. So, so what?
Hey,
Like,
whoa.
I thought you said that you reformed. So, and
Get no judgments from me, man.
look, what is it? So it's like if you used to drink all the time and now you just drink one beer or drink casually.
Yeah. You know,
it's like,
just,
it's a casual Catholicism.
You know, sometimes you just need a nip of Catholic, you know?
You know, right?
Yeah.
I need some of that music to come in. You know the music that I'm talking about. That music where it goes like ha he ha ha he ooh, ooh, ah. You don't know whether Jesus is coming back or the devil's about to come out the ground.
Well, for a second I thought I was in a Catholic church. That was beautiful.
Listen. Oh man. But we're not going to talk about the Catholic Church and how it has failed many of the faithful. We're not going to talk about all of the extensive abuses. We're not going to talk about any of that because there are people out there that are right now inside the Catholic Church that are actively working to reform and better the practice of that denomination of Christianity. And I really, really support that. That's important to me. Please keep up the good work and work diligently because under the new Pope, if you like him, you like him, right? But if the religion is supposed to be one way, you don't go changing the religion. Not away from the way that it's supposed to be, because it was already having some issues, but we're not going to talk about it. That's not what this is about. Yes, we do need term limits. That is definitely something to talk about. So it's just so much, right? Because aren't the churches there because of freedom of religion? Didn't we have a whole issue last year with freedom of religion where they made us shut down churches and religious schools and stuff like that because, well, the government said so. They did it under the guise of health and whatever, but the whole idea is that no, you don't do that. That's not how the Constitution works. Like, we understand that you want to grab for power because you see an emergency and that you can grab some power, but that's not how America works. You don't limit religious freedom. You don't limit religious practice, and nobody should be going for that. I don't care if you're an atheist, especially if you're an atheist, you need to stand up and say something about that because those are the type of laws that allow you to be an atheist and not chase out the country. Like, for real. Like, I don't think enough people respect things like that. Like, I get very upset at the communists because I'm like, you don't support the Constitution? Like, that's what allows you to run your mouth and say crazy stuff. I don't know. Just to let you guys know, I didn't eat anything really all day. So right now, while I'm doing this, I am doing one of the most American things that you could ever do, and that is eating some pizza. And if you don't know about pizza, pizza comes from Italy, but not really, though. It actually comes from China. Ha! Just like an American to take something from China and eat it or use it for their clothes or cook it or golly, everything comes from China. And we definitely need to bring back Made in America. Don't you think so, Austin?
Absolutely. I'm always a Made in America kind of guy, you know, if I can. The problem is you can't really live entirely on things made in America just because there's so much that's not anymore.
Well, but why? Why is that? Why can't you live off of just Made in America stuff, Austin?
Oh, costs mostly, you know, things, you know, it's so much cheaper to make things in, you know, China or whatever. Though I always wonder how much, because the thing that people point to is labor, right? You know,
Right.
Chinese labor is so much cheaper than American labor. but after you add up, the cost of the labor and the transportation, because we do got to get that stuff from China all the way over here. And I do wonder how much we're actually saving. I don't know. I like that I'm sure somebody out there has, the numbers or statistics on that, but it's a little more than I have off the top of my head. But I don't know. I personally, I can't, I have a nice LG cell phone. That's
Korea, right?
I think so. Yes. And, actually, I wonder where this shirt was made. I have no idea. Just don't mind me. I'm just gonna look at my tag, possibly, maybe if I can.
Mine is made from all over the place, mostly South America, but assembled in the U.S. So I'm happy about that.
You know what? I can't reach my tag right now. So I'm gonna hope that I'm gonna say the shirt's made in America. I'm not on camera. You can't proof like that. It's not.
We're gonna fact check you on that, Austin.
No, that's 100%. Yep. See, there I am. I'm gonna go. I get here. See, everyone can take a look at my shirt. That's clearly an American made shirt right there.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. Exactly. Yeah. Because why not? But
yeah, but it's really, really real, isn't it? Think about it like this. So the other day, I think it was Ford and a couple other companies said that they're not going to be running their full line of production, and they're going to actually stop production for a little while, a couple weeks possibly, on certain vehicles completely. That's serious. In a country where we're presently having a severe car shortage, we're having a car shortage because, well, look at what's going on. And that's another thing. Back to China again, right? Semiconductors, these little tiny pieces of electrical equipment that you put inside basically anything that looks half like a computer, turns on, has a digital display of some kind, or goes beep, probably has some of those in them. China's basically our number one supplier of those. Taiwan's number two, but Taiwan's technically China, but that's a whole nother conversation. I guess.
China would like you to believe that that Taiwan is part of it, but they are, I think, still technically their own sovereign state.
They are actually China. Other China isn't actually China. I said what I said, CCP.
Well, oh, geez, you're gonna have to go on and apologize like John Cena. Did you see that video? Oh, where he apologized in Mandarin. Oh, that was the worst. It made me hurt on the inside.
A little, you know what I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna say it because people said I should stop saying certain things that I say.
Yeah. But
as an individual, y'all, I promise. But yeah, that's a shame because all of our leaders and even our superstars. Would you consider John Cena a superstar? Maybe just wrestling.
I mean, he's been in some movies. I feel like he does show up sometimes just because he's John Cena.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he is recognizable enough that it's just like, oh, it's, that's John Cena. Like, what's the movie? I think it was, did you ever see Daddy's Home? Do you know that movie with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
Yep.
And at the end, like Mark Wahlberg, he's going to be in the same situation that Will Ferrell was in because John Cena showed up and he's the next like, whoop-a-doo.
But John Cena looks like Mark Wahlberg. They favor their family.
Well, he's just like bigger Mark Wahlberg,
right?
like if you just like if you're playing like Mario. It looks like Mark Wahlberg ate a super mushroom and he became John Cena.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think John Cena's apology to China was disgraceful and distasteful, and I don't know how the WWE went for that shit. I'd avoided his contract faster than you could say lickety split, but then he would have went over to the AEW, which apparently has been exploding. I don't really know about that like that, but I was looking at some of the financial things for it the other day. It was impressive. But anyway, back on task. So the semiconductors. So now there are plants being built in, I believe, Michigan and Texas. I think I heard about Nevada. I don't know if it's actually being built though, but they're being built in all across the country right now. At least they're working on it. They're telling you that. Ooh, excuse me, that was a good one. They're telling you that they're working on it. So hopefully they are, because we're having real supply chain issues right now. And for car manufacturers to be like, yeah, we're just not gonna make these vehicles anymore right now because hey, we don't have the chips. They said that certain models that are more advanced and require more chips that generally have more frills for standard options are no longer going to be options. They're not going to be standard. They're going to be optional. And it's just crazy to see how impactful that is on our nation. Our supply chain is very, very seriously impacted by what happens in China and Europe and other places. And that's why we need to bring back manufacturing home. That's why it needs to be made in America. Okay. Understand. We need American jobs. Okay. We need American jobs. I know a lot of you are very concerned that a lot of people don't want to work right now. But hey, we still need the daggone jobs. And like they say in the field of dreams, if you build it, they will come. So definitely we got to get it started. And it starts with that. And then comes, well, reopening our steel and aluminum mills and other places like that, you know, stuff like that. I'm not going to say bring back coal. That's crazy, but bring back coal? No, I'm joking. Seriously, though. Seriously. We need to think about energy. We really do. We need to think about energy. We need to think about energy production. And we need to think about where the energy money is coming from and where it's going. Right now, they're pushing a lot of wind and they're pushing a lot of solar right now. But what are the true costs of that? And how about the fact that all of those things that are being built come from China anyway?
Well, of course.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. Of course, the things most crucial to American infrastructure are not even made in America.
Yeah. Well, you know, look, the Chinese Communist Party says that they're trustworthy. You know, that's what they keep telling me. So, I mean, it's probably true, right?
Well, the Taliban said that too, right?
Yeah, they seem like trustworthy guys, you know? Let me tell you, and they come in with all of those machine guns and helicopters that we left behind. They're like, hey, look, they got the same stuff we got. that means it must be trustworthy.
The night vision goggles, bro. I don't have a pair of night vision goggles.
Oh, it's because you're not part of the Taliban. You know, it's crazy. It's
insane. So, speaking of the Taliban, that came full circle. I like that. Speaking of the Taliban, going back to the Uyghurs, okay, the Taliban have close proximity to China and share a border partially with China, right near that region. And China's concerned right now because ISIS is trying to bring those people over, and they're concerned that the Taliban might bring them over too. So honestly, I don't know how the Taliban's doing deals with China when they're over there torturing Muslims and taking their organs out. I mean, I guess maybe it's like the way that over here in America, you see the Arabic Muslims treat black Muslims. Maybe it's like that. Or maybe deep down inside, the Taliban is playing a different game completely. The Taliban is planning. They're working secretly with the United States government to take down China in the region and to rebuild their own new safe haven for their friends and family, to bring up a new Afghanistan under Taliban rulership with the money and the backing of the United States secretly. Because honestly, why else would we leave them all of those goodies? They were so awesome.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like when you forget your car keys, you know, they were, you know, all our entire military was like on the plane back, and we're like, wait, did you guys grab the Black Hawk, you know, helicopters? Johnny, I thought you were in charge of that. No, man. Did you grab the tanks? What? No, I thought you had the tanks. Oh my god. Well, at least tell me you got all the machine guns. What? Oh no. Oh my goodness. I can't believe you forgot the machine guns.
Well, Jerry was supposed to get the anti-tank weapons, so I don't know what happened there. That wasn't me.
Jerry, did you get the anti? What do you mean you didn't get them? I thought they were loaded in the cargo bay. Do we have anything in the cargo bay of this plane? Oh my gosh, we somehow missed everything. Oh my goodness.
You just look in the cargo bay, you see a tumbleweed go by.
Yeah, oh no. Jerry, that's a tumbleweed. That's not a tank. Oh.
They both start with T.
Yeah, this is just why did we leave this to Jerry?
It's insane. But so are we working with the Taliban? Like for real?
Probably.
Like we have to be, right? Like, because that level of stupid is level of stupid is honestly no bueno.
No bueno indeed.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Just leaving everybody behind, people getting checked from their houses to see if they've been helping the Americans. I don't understand how we could let that stuff go. If we're going to take people out of there, shouldn't we get the military out of there first with their weapons? I mean, or at least blow it back to the 12th century. I mean, you would think that we would be prepared for something like that. But like I said, maybe on the low, we're working with the Taliban now. We did work with the Taliban when they were the Mujahideen, right? That was back in the
in the 80s?
80s, yeah. 80s when they kicked Russia out of Afghanistan. We were funding what's that guy's name? Who were we funding? That guy, you know, the tall one. He's like 6 foot tall, really long beard. What was his name? They sent those Marines after him. I think not even Marines. They sent Navy SEALs. Wait, what SEAL team did they send after him?
I think, what was it, the 6th one?
Was it SEAL team? They sent yeah, that guy, the tall 6 foot tall guy who was working with Al Qaeda and the Mujahideen, and he lived in Afghanistan. He was messing real hard with Afghanistan, and what was his name again?
You know.
Oh. You know what? I got it. Osama bin Laden.
Oh my gosh.
Osama bin Laden. That's right. Osama bin Laden used to be in charge over there. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So if Osama bin Laden used to be in charge over there and we used to do business with him, what makes you think that there's no possibility that we're doing business with them right now?
Yeah, well, you know, I will say it seems like we were, you know, getting along better when they, you know, had a common enemy, you know, of Russia.
Well,
at least then we got, you know, there was a Rambo movie that took place in Afghanistan and a James Bond movie. You guys remember that one? Rambo 3 and The Living Daylights, you know, where they were fighting with the Afghan freedom fighters. Boy, those movies took on a whole different feeling a little bit later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But for a while, you know, it was like, you know, because Russia was the worst, you know, and we had that common enemy. So who knows? Maybe in, you know, 10 years we'll have another, you know, those Afghan freedom fighters against China, you know?
Well, we're seeing a lot of that in Pakistan right now. And near the border over there. But it looks like that's mostly ISIS. However, if we, and yes, I do have my mouth full of food. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Delicious pizza from, I'm not going to, Mark's? Okay. Mark's, you now owe me $30 for advertising. I'm joking. But I will take $30 worth of pizza.
Yeah, you know, just a little bit.
So with Pakistan right now, Pakistan has been having issues themselves. They feel like nobody loves them anymore. I don't know that anybody ever really did since they split away from India. When did they split from India? Do you know?
Pakistan? That was the 40s. It was 48, I think. I could be wrong. That's just my gut answer.
But way back when, right?
Yes.
There used to be Bangladesh. But Bangladesh is on the other side. Do you know that Bangladesh used to be on two sides of India and then it turned to Pakistan? Yeah, that was the thing. Because Bangladesh is the Muslims that used to be in India. So,
1947.
1947. Oh, you were almost right on.
Oh, yeah. I know a thing or two. Almost. I almost know things. I don't know them exactly. I just get close.
I was going to say, do you know a thing or two because you've seen a thing or two?
Oh, hey.
But yeah, so now in the north, they're concerned that they're going to cede territory in the north and create a new state up there. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens over there. But honestly, I couldn't tell you what the government's doing over in Afghanistan. It looks crazy to me. It looks crazy. It looks weak. But one thing, and I really, really say this with the utmost thought put into this thought process. Okay. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I'm saying I've sat back and I really thought about it, right? With everything going on in the world, I really want you to pay close attention to Australia. What's going on in Australia is paramount. Okay. Australia has locked down everybody pretty much all over the place. Okay. They've been making people force lock into their houses. They've been making it where if you do want to go outside your house, you can't go more than 3 kilometers. If you know how far 3 kilometers is, that's nowhere. Okay. And if you do go 3 kilometers to visit somebody, you can only visit one person and that person has to be registered. Now, here's the thing. The other day that they had a very massive protest, so they started to crack down on all of the protesters. So you can't even protest in England anymore. I mean, not England, excuse me. Australia. Technically England. We're not going to talk about it. But
they got the
anyway,
queen on their money. It's basically
right. But anyway, Australia. So they've been moving the police in mass and all types of stuff. But all over the world, you've seen upheaval and civil war and all types of stuff. Guinea just flipped over their ruler. There was another African place that just flipped over a ruler recently too. You see what's going on in Haiti. You see those other dudes that got assassinated too. It's like 3 or 4 other dudes. Like we're having Madagascar's got some crazy stuff going on too. I don't know whatever happened in Bahrain, but something was going on over there. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world right now that starts to make you question, why would they want everybody back? So maybe they want all of the troops back because they know that some shit's about to go down here. Maybe they want all the troops back so that they can force them all to get the vaccine. Okay. Maybe they want all the troops back here for any reason that you could possibly think of, but maybe they want them all back here and it's not for their own good. Imagine that. So it's got to be for some other reason, some devious purpose. I mean, we love our country. Our country is awesome, but none of us have any misgivings that America, as far as the country, as far as the government goes, actually gives a really good gosh darn about us. Okay. So why are they trying to bring back all of the military people from over there? Are they going to redeploy them in the South China Sea? No, we don't have the bases over there for it. Well, what are they going to do with all these people? Well, I mean, I guess technically we could do some stuff in South Korea, but not really. What are we going to do with all these people being home now? And how would they have gotten all their vaccinations if they were all the way over there? What do you think, Austin? How'd they get all their vaccinations over there?
You know, must have been somehow. Probably magic.
Right.
Yeah. That's that's usually my answer. Do some sort of magic indoor.
So, but Afghanistan, right? Goat farmers, mountains, and rocks, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And copper. Don't forget the copper.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget the copper. And the Taliban seem to be very happy about that. China's up there working on a copper mine for them. They're now happy to be part of the One Belt, One Way project that they're trying to get in on. But China's like, I don't really think that you can pull it off, but we'll pretend like we kind of support you while you're doing what we want you to do until you're not. and then we'll support your enemy and destroy you because we're China. And that's how we roll. And then we'll come in and take over your enemy too. And then we'll have taken over both of you because we're China. And that's how we roll. And that is how they roll. That is. And I'm not even mad militarily. Let me tell you about China. Whoo-wee! If they weren't China, I'd be very, very in awe of them. But China is the enemy of the United States of America, period, point blank. Anybody that tells you otherwise is deceiving you. Okay? Now, what they can do is they can separate the Chinese people from the people who are members of the Chinese Communist Party, some of which are both. Okay? But it's the Chinese Communist Party that runs China right now, and they're no bueno. But back to the task at hand. What's going on over there is really crazy. But China's got another thing, a new thing, and I think that that's very worth talking about tonight. So, you know, in America, we have a serious crime and violence problem going on, and a lot of it's been spurred on by, unfortunately, unwed mothers and children with fatherless homes. That's just a fact. Some people say, well, women can raise men too. I don't care what you're saying. Okay. I don't care what you're saying. I'm not going to sit here and tell you no. I'm not going to sit here and tell you yes, because we'll be here blue in the face till the end of the day, going back and forth over who believes what or what's right or what's wrong or how it's best to nurture a child. But the facts are facts. It shows that if you don't grow up with a father in your home, that you're way, way, way more likely to go to jail. It's like 64% likelihood or something extra. And that's extra on top of the regular stuff. So that being said, we need more men in the households. We need more families, okay? And we need more whole families, okay? I'm not saying that you're not able to do it as a single parent, a single father, or a single mother by yourself. Of course you are. And are you an awesome person? You're probably one of the best because you're listening to my show. So that lets me know that you are really one of the good ones, okay? So yes, of course you can raise a child and make them good if they don't have a father in the house. But it shows statistically that whatever it is, whether it's the rearing or whether it's the influence or whether it's just the proximity, you're more likely to go to jail if you don't have a father in the home. And part of that comes with them teaching boys to be men and men to be men, because you see in America right now, they have defeminized men. I mean, they have feminized men, you know, demasculated. Say that 10 times fast, Austin.
I demasculinated? Demasculized.
We got it one good time. He said it one good time.
All right.
All right. So, yeah. So, and they're defeminizing women. So that's a thing, because now, you know, you can weight lift in the women's division if you were previously known as a man.
Oh, yeah. In New Zealand, at least.
Maybe they're going to start getting symbols like Prince. I'm sorry. Sure. I'm not sorry, but I was thinking, because you know how they have the signs for the different genders, right?
Right. And you could be the weightlifter previously known as John.
Yes, you remember.
Yeah.
Previously known as, and their name is just a symbol. So that'd be like the new. Anyway, that went off topic, but no, that's the truth. In America, we do have serious issues with men being masculine, and they had this whole push calling it toxic masculinity and all of this nonsense and craziness. Masculinity is not toxic, okay? We need more men to be masculine so we can get that part of our society. That's a very, very important part of your society to have and stand and have strong, because you need strong men. That's a fact. I mean, well, women can war just as good as men can war. I don't care, man. I love me a warrior woman. And if you're a warrior princess that's beautiful, gorgeous, and intelligent and strong, definitely come talk to me, because I'd love to meet you. And I don't care if you do CrossFit or are International Female Bodybuilder. Is that IFFB or something like that?
It's something like that.
Federation.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Okay. So Anyway, but no, men need male role models to help grow into men, and that's an important thing. A father figure is a very important thing, and with the continued feminization of the males, whatever you consider it, gender, I'm gonna say gender, okay, because that's what it is, but or you could say sex, okay, but we're not gonna talk about it. But the fact of the matter is that there's nobody fulfilling that role because women try all the time. We all probably know one that just swears up and down that she is the most masculine female that you've ever met. More so, and has to be tougher than all the guys. But where are our guys? If females are taking the masculine role, who's going to take the feminine role? Oh, I guess the men, right? Wowzers. What in the Jiminy Jilligers? Gosh darn it and gosh dangs. Okay?
It's probably
So,
that guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy. So if you can't see the picture on the video right now, we've got a picture of this Chinese guy. He's advertising. What's this guy advertising? This is milk, cookies. What's he? Grapefruit?
Miko. It looks like I would say some sort of drink. Probably, you know what? I'm gonna say lemonade. Those look like pink lemons. I'm gonna say pink
We
lemonade.
have no clue what he's advertising, but is advertising something that seems oddly relaxing, appealing, and refreshing all at the same time. I believe that that's what they're trying to get across with that advertisement. I think it came across very well. Okay, unless we're all wrong and it's a face cream.
It could, that guy definitely uses some sort of
He
face cream.
uses
Look
face
at
cream.
that.
Okay,
That is
so
smooth.
but the fact of the matter is that we have a serious feminization problem of males in America. But it's not just America. It's going on over the world, and it's a crisis that's really affecting and impacting our military seriously too, and our workforce for more labory type of work. So in China right now, they're banning what they're calling them. They're saying that they're sissies. They're saying they're banning sissies and effeminate men. They're calling them do you know what it's called? Ningu. Do you know what it's called, Austin?
Ninny.
Chat ninny. Chat, that's not it.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm trying to see what China calls effeminate men. It's called oh no. Just I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Nope, not gonna do it justice. Anyway, they're calling them sissy men or sissy idols. Like the idols that you know, like BTS or some people like that. Some of the softer, more effeminate males. That's who they're banning. Can you believe that? They're banning who they're calling to be, and I'm gonna say this because it just saying effeminate is just a mouthful or whatever, too much. And sissy is definitely a subculture of homosexuality and sometimes even just of cross-dressing. So I mean, no disrespect there. I'm just gonna say this because I'm not gonna keep saying that so much. It's too much words. So they're banning sissy boys, basically. They say that they show weakness and they're not pushing the machismo that they're really trying to come across as for a party, but really this is for military and breeding purposes. Okay, because they do believe in eugenics over there, even though we try to act like we don't over here in America. And they said, man, if you're going to be a man, you're going to be a man. Be a man. Be a man strong. Okay, be a strong man. And that's what they're trying to push for. And honestly, wow. That should give a lot of people some pause. Because think about that. China thinks that it's so important for men to be masculine that they're gaining an advantage, because China doesn't do anything without if it's not for an advantage strategically. They don't care if you bang a horse or stand on a fence or turn over backwards. They don't care. But if it's doing anything that could possibly challenge the party or make the party look bad, you might get got. So in this case, it's not for making the party look weak, because they make billions of dollars. I mean, like the boy band industry, billions of dollars a year internationally, especially if you're Asian boy band. I mean, look at BTS and what's the Korean K-pop girls? They got like 5 different girl bands that are famous in America. I don't really listen to K-pop like that. But that's just me. People like K-pop. I'm more of a Japanese music guy if it comes to Asian culture. But when it comes to stuff like this, we have to realize that China only does stuff for advantages. So what advantage would China get by getting rid of sissy men? What advantage? Well, they'd be building up strength. They'd be building up a strong image, and they would be, well, promoting that type of strong masculine vigor and image that would help them propel the Communist Party into the future, because with all of the emasculated men around the world, if you've got the only masculine army, I mean, dang, you doing a whole bunch. If somebody's concerned because they just broke a nail, they're probably not going to fight you like that unless they did. Because I've seen more than a couple of action movies where some females like, you made me break a nail and now I'm going to bust a cap in your... Well, some very, very good movies. I love me a movie with a female strong lead. Don't get me started. If you don't know, I like strong females, but I don't discriminate. If you're not a strong female and you're a softer female, I love you too. Okay, I don't discriminate. Okay. But really, we need to pay attention to that in America, because we do have serious issues with our criminal justice system, and we do know that the lack of a male figure in the house does make it more likely that people will turn to crime. And the lack of masculinity in our country is very, very evident. It's very unfortunate. We even see, like, everything also is for women. Like, there's women entrepreneur this, there's women entrepreneur that. There's no programs for men this. There's women's support group that. There's women's support groups this. There's no support group for men like that. There's women on the TV and women in power and women in voting and stuff like that. There's no men like that. And they're like, oh, well, men have everything. Men have everything. Okay, but when are the last times that you've seen these type of things happen for men? You know, women are a large portion of the population. That's only half of the population. So if only half of the population is being served, that means other people are being neglected. But what we're looking at is we look at it from like a fiscal manner, or like an economic level, or like a political type of managerial type of level. But we don't look at it for the effects on the socio-psychological issues and physiology even of society and what we've got going on. So we need to pay attention to that and understand that China didn't ban sissy men for no reason. They banned them strategically to get an advantage over other nations because they make better soldiers. We need to make better soldiers. We need to defend our country. We need to restore our nation. And we need to bring all the manufacturing possible back to America so things can be made in America. Thank you guys for watching tonight and listening. We'll be back next week with another exciting cast. We look forward to seeing you soon. And thank you for watching Marcus Made in America. You guys be blessed and be well.